Grzelka from Ghost Whisperer, our very own Ghost Whisperer, can I just say? Welcome to the couch, Anthony.
Thank you very much.
Now, I keep saying Ghost Whisperer because you are the only medium that's recommended by the producer of Ghost Whisperer, which is James.
That's right, James Van Prague, yeah.
Now, that's, of course, on Channel 7 and GWN on a Tuesday night at about 8:30,
I think it is, yeah.
They had their first show and it premiered around Australia. Tell me what a medium does, for those people who don't know.
Well, you know, a medium, there's nothing really mysterious about mediumship. Over the years, it's been sort of, you know, there's a lot of mystery being sort of presented about mediumship. But mediumship's really about proving the survival of consciousness. So when you die, basically what a medium does is try and say, well, you know, we go on, we don't leave. Our energy moves on, but our physical body stays behind, but our energy, what makes us who we are, moves on.
So how did you get the skill? What's your background?
You know, gosh, there's nothing, some mediums actually get it by, you know, there's some major event in their life, there's a loss of a loved one or something like that. With me, it was, ever since I was 5, playing in my sandpit, I had thoughts that used to come to me that weren't mine. And, you know, I used to see energies and see spirits, and I thought everybody saw it. It wasn't anything strange.
What did your family think? What did your parents say?
You know, I never spoke about it much, Fred.
Really?
No, I didn't. You know, I come from a Roman Catholic background, and so I never really thought about it too much, and never really spoke about it much. Much later in my life, in my mid-teens, I realised that there was something going on, and it sort of developed from there. But yeah, I never spoke about it much.
Because I was telling you off air, a lot of people are frightened about the whole medium thing. But shed some positive light for us. Where has it helped people with you? Tell me some of the, without divulging people's names.
Yeah, absolutely,
tell me some of the cases.
Absolutely. Look, you know, things like suicide, for instance. You know, over the last, you know, 100, 150 years, you know, not taking anything away from religion, but any religion, any organised religion, there have been a lot of negatives spun on suicide. You know, you suicide, you're going to hell, for instance. Now, I know as a medium that's not the case. There are consequences for your action. Well, we all go to the same place, of course. It's if you want to call it heaven, we go to heaven, but it's a place we all go when we leave this physical existence. There are things that those people who do those sorts of things, commit suicide or acts of evil or whatever you want to call it, will have to deal with on the other side, but it's certainly not hell and brimfire. And I think bringing that sort of piece to people and bringing their loved one through to confirm that, hey mum, hey dad, you know, I'm not burning in hell, there's not a pitchfork being pushed at me, is good.
Tell me how it works. So if people want to come and see you, can they book you? Can they ring you?
Yeah, no, I do private sittings, but I also do the John Edwards style galleries, and I do them all over Australia, and international stuff as well that I do. I'm actually in Perth now for a little while, so we're doing a bit more work here. You know, but we can have private readings as well. There's private sittings, private group sittings as well.
Have you ever had someone, like, have you ever done a personality just to see how it works?
No, actually, I've had some quite interesting people come through to me.
They obviously have to be passed away before you can meet them.
Yeah, and there has to be a connection. You know, there has to be a connection to the person that I'm working with, you know. So I've had some very interesting people come through, and people that I had no idea were going to come through, and some quite interesting personalities, and some quite famous people too, which is good.
Your skill, does it scare a lot of people? A lot of people come around and just sort of stay away, or do you find a lot of people...
You know what, Fred, some of my friends still don't know exactly what it is that I do, you know, and they understand I do this thing, but they're not quite sure. And it does frighten some people. That's only because there's been so much mystery put around it. And
do you ever feel like coming into the studio here, is there any feelings that you get?
You know, sometimes I do, and it's a thing called residual energy. I can tell when there's been, particularly if it's been a traumatic event, I can walk into an area like the Fremantle prison, for instance, and I can feel the trauma. That's because everything absorbs energy, and so it's like fingerprinting, energy fingerprinting of an area. And I can walk in there and I can feel different things about an area. You know, it depends if I'm paying attention to it and I'm switched on, because I don't walk around completely switched on because it would drive me crazy. But so I can switch on and off. You know,
so you have a very normal lifestyle by the sounds of it.
I do.
You have a lot of fun with
3 lovely kids. I've got a beautiful wife, and I've got all the things that normal people do. You know, a lot of people, Fred, say that mediumship's a gift. You know, and I don't look at it that way. It's like a talent, like playing the piano. The more practice you get, the better you become. And
look, it's a fantastic topic. I'm sure our audience would agree. Medium, I don't know what you call it, mediumship. Is that
mediumship
the word?
Would do
mediumship.
It, yeah.
Ghost Whisperers on Channel 7, 8:30 on a Tuesday night, and also GWN for our country viewers. We're going to get Anthony back on our Christmas show, which is the 25th of December. So what we'd like to do is put up some contact details for you, Anthony. I think we've got them on screen, and you might want to read those out, Anthony.
Yeah, it's www.whispersfrombeyond, all one word, .com.au.
And if you have any questions that you want to ask Anthony, please send your details to that email address. Thank Anthony for being in the studio today, everybody here. And I'm very, very sure, Anthony,